from the city's executive team, we have City Manager Ken Nordoff and executives Jeffrey Mollenkamp, Heather Ballinger, Fran Rubistelli, Kevin Safine, and Sandy Meyer. I'd like to thank Jonathan Uriarty from Senator Mark DeSaulnier's office, who's here with us today. And Jonathan has has certificates from the California State Senate for each of our honorees today. Thank you, Jonathan. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce my captain, Steve Skinner, to my left. And Chief of Police Tom Chaplin. Chief Chaplin.
Thank you, Leroy. I want to welcome everybody and thank you for sharing some of your time this afternoon with us. For those of you that have been to this event in years past, we've often held it in the Hoffman Theater, the larger theater. Company C had that, and well, quite frankly, we lost a dance-off to them. So we'll be in here today, but we like this more intimate setting. So I do want to start this off on a bit more of a somber note, and then we're going to get into the celebration that this day is. Our police department and city family is hurting right now. You'll notice on your program, Lieutenant Tom Cashon is on the program. He's not here today. Sadly and tragically, his 8-year-old daughter, Madeline, lost her battle with cancer last week, and we laid her to rest this week. And I would like to, if we can, to honor Madeline, start with a moment of silence. Thank you very much. We will now get into the celebration that today's about. I do want to take a moment to thank the members of the police department's command staff and management team that are here today and work so hard every day to help make this the best police department in the state. If you could all stand up and be recognized, I'd appreciate it. So today's about honoring our newest Walnut Creek Police Department family members, honoring our Volunteer of the Year, recognizing some citizens for some exceptional service and meritorious action to the community, celebrating those that we've promoted and those that we've hired and brought on. This is going to be a special day. We want you to have fun. We want you to relax. And for the families, get your pictures. Enjoy your loved one's special moment, and let's have a good time and get this party started, shall we? All right.
Could I have Richard Castillo step forward, please? While Richard's making his way up here, I'd like to tell you a good story. Richard is a target loss prevention officer. On July 1st, 2013, Richard was conducting video surveillance of the sales floor. Come on up, Richard. Stand my left here. Watching for shoplifters. Richard noticed an adult male acting suspiciously, so he monitored the man's movements. He then saw him approach an 8-year-old girl, stand next to her, and begin using a cell phone to take lewd photos of her under her dress. Concerned for the girl's safety, he left his position in the office to provide a uniformed presence near the girl, and upon seeing Richard, this gentleman took off from the area. Walnut Creek officers responded to the scene and did not immediately locate the subject. However, Richard analyzed the surveillance video and noticed a unique logo on the man's shirt. And based on information provided by Richard, officers were eventually able to identify the suspect and make an arrest. A few days later, the same suspect returned to Target and committed another lewd act with a young girl. Richard provided video of that incident and also discovered additional video evidence of the suspect approaching another third unknown victim. He went above and beyond, conducting a search of Target's records, trying to identify this young lady's family, and we were able to identify eventually a third victim. Richard demonstrated a willingness to go above and beyond in his duties to assist law enforcement in order to take this dangerous predator off the streets. For his actions, Richard is hereby awarded the Walnut Creek Police Department's Citizen Commendation Award. Can I have Tiffany Fiva come to the stage, please? All right, looks like we don't have Tiffany today, but I need to tell you this one. Okay, Tiffany is a caregiver for a Rossmore resident, and on June 9th, 2013, at approximately 11:53 in the morning, she was accompanying several elderly females, and they boarded a limousine for a trip to Sonoma. After the last passenger boarded, Tiffany smelled smoke, and shortly thereafter, she saw smoke coming from the partition area of the limousine. She immediately opened the doors and evacuated the limousine, yelling fire and helping the elderly passengers exit the limousine. With help from the driver, she was able to remove all of the passengers, and moments later, the passenger compartment burst into flames, engulfing it. All the passengers escaped without injury. For her quick thinking and selfless actions, we are presenting Tiffany with the Walnut Creek Police Department's Chief's Award. Would the following people please come to the stage? Bob and Marty Hansen, Maura Kelly, Adolfo Penaloza, Officer Guy Ezard, and Sergeant Beth Hopkins. I would be calling Officer Tom Brown to the stage as well, but Tom called us at last minute. And Tom's a friend of mine, I have to tell you this, he has a plumbing issue at home. On March 15th, 2014, Maura Kelly was home with her husband, Adolfo Penaloza. She heard someone yell, "Help, help me." Since both Adolfo and Maura are trained City of Walnut Creek Community Emergency Response Team members, we refer to that as the CERT team, they did not hesitate to provide assistance to someone in need. Adolfo and Maura ran out of their apartment and located Bob Martin in his car suffering cardiac arrest. Adolfo initiated CPR while Maura called 911 to report the emergency. Maura calmly provided the address and details to the dispatcher while Adolfo and another citizen removed the man from the vehicle to better facilitate life-saving efforts. Once Mr. Martin was on the ground, Maura did not hesitate to put her CPR training to use. She gave the man chest compressions as well as rescue breaths, providing CPR until she was relieved by police personnel. Within 3 minutes of the initial call, Officers Guy Ezard, Tom Brown, and Sergeant Beth Hopkins arrived to assist. Sergeant Hopkins provided rescue breaths while Officers Ezard and Brown took turns providing chest compressions and keeping the victim's airway open. CPR continued for approximately 4 minutes until fire personnel arrived. They continued CPR, transported Mr. Martin to John Muir Hospital. The life-saving efforts were successful, and Mr. Martin is with us here today. Maura Kelly, Adolfo Penaloza are hereby presented the Walnut Creek Police Department's Chief's Award. I need to correct my notes here. It's Mr. Hanson. Sergeant Hopkins, Officer Ezzard, and Officer Brown are hereby awarded the Walnut Creek Police Department's Life-Saving Medal. Thank you.
Hey, where are you going?
Oh, wait. Group photo.
We're gonna get a group photo here. We don't get off that. Oh, you can't just get your loot and go.
Nice try. We tried.
Can't imagine a better photo op opportunity than this.
Benjamin, here.
This is where Gail wants me to put a plug in for CERT. So if you live in Walnut Creek and would like to help serve, contact Gail at City Hall, and we'll sign you up and give you some training. Okay, could I have Cadet Jordan Menkes and his family coming forward, please? Right here, Jordan. You solo today?
Yeah, solo.
So the Walnut Creek Police Department Cadet Program offers young men and women aged 16 to 22 years of age an opportunity to volunteer with the department and learn about the law enforcement profession under the guidance of 4 cadet advisors. Our program currently has 12 cadets. Cadets assist with vehicle transportation, special events, DUI checkpoints, administrative tasks, and their favorite, being role players for the SWAT team. Many cadets choose to pursue... There we go. We'll sign them up. Many cadets choose to pursue a law enforcement career after they move on. This year, our cadet advisors have selected Cadet Jordan Menkes as the Cadet of the Year. Jordan has been a cadet with WCPD for 2.5 years. He volunteers approximately 12 hours per month. Over the past year, he has distinguished himself through service and positive attitude. Throughout the year, Jordan has assisted on various projects throughout the department, supporting investigations, records, and patrol. He is a senior at Los Alamos High School with plans on pursuing a full-time law enforcement career. He eventually would like to join our SWAT team and eventually, maybe be my boss, pursue promotional opportunities. When not pursuing his education, he continues to serve, and he works at Heather Farms prepping the ball fields there. Congratulations, Jonathan. Could I have Jean Dunning make her way forward, please? Well, I'm going to start with a different name first. Walter Stern was a volunteer here for 24 years. Walter passed away in 2010, and this award in his honor has been presented every year since to our Volunteer of the Year. Our volunteers in police service fill critical needs in our organization. VIPs collectively donate thousands of hours and support numerous functions in the police department. I'm proud to announce that Jean Dunning is our recipient of the 2013 Walter Stern Award. Congratulations. Jean was nominated by the command staff and is recognized for her excellent work ethic, her devotion of hours, and her spot-on accuracy with the constant flowing workload that the Records Division processes on a daily basis. Could I have all of our VIPs that are present here please stand? I know there's other VIPs here. Yeah. We're grateful for all of our volunteers and thankful for your dedication to service. In today's economic times, your contributions are a valued asset to us, and we cannot do without you. Thank you for giving us so much of your time, your talent, and your continued hard work. The department can only be as effective and as efficient as the people who work here, and you are a major part of our family. Thank you for all that you do for us and the community.
She's not done with her moment.
All right, can I have my old foot patrol partner, John Davison, step up to the stage, please. John was sworn in as a reserve police officer in 1978 after returning home from Vietnam. John had an interest in law enforcement, but other interests and commitments precluded him from following a full-time law enforcement career. We are fortunate that he discovered and joined the Walnut Creek Police Reserve Corps, as it was called at that time. During his 35-year career with the Walnut Creek Police Department, John donated over 13,000 hours of service, always with a smile and infectious enthusiasm. John has always been a reliable resource in time of need. Most significantly, John has been a true partner to generations of fellow officers, always available to lend a hand and watch his colleagues' backs. In 2001, the regular officers and professional staff recognized John's dedication by naming him Reserve Officer of the Year. Perhaps John's greatest strength was in his dealing with victims of crime and tragic incidents. Many times, we have seen John console people in times of crisis. His inherent gift of calm demeanor and sympathetic voice could evoke giggles and smiles from a previously traumatized individual. John is deserving of the respect and admiration of all of the men and women of the Walnut Creek Police Department and is hereby awarded the Walnut Creek Police Department Meritorious Service Medal.
Gentlemen, could I have permission at this time to acknowledge some friends in the audience?
I don't think we can stop him, John.
For once, I promise to be brief.
Gene, you want to come back up?
First of all, I'd like to acknowledge my lovely girlfriend, Deborah Ann Johnson, who does not like being pointed out in public, and she's right there. She comes from a NASA background, was actually moved 17 times as a child as her father designed some of the early day launch pads for John Glenn and the other astronauts. My sister Joanne Davison from Monterey, one of the best friends I've ever had. She has an interesting retirement job. She drives famous people around in a limousine, and I promised her I would not bring up the Dr. Phil incident. Chuck and Grail, the Sicilian from Detroit, Michigan, one of the most stand-up people I've ever known. Gary and Kathy Hennessy, just solid friends for so many years. Greg Fair, a great musician, a red-headed guy right over there, actually brought his Blue Sky Band and entertained at a reserve police dinner in 1979 at Heather Farm. Jill Plummer, sitting right over there, an accomplished author out of Lafayette, California. John Parr, one of my greatest friends, who's hired me 3 different times in 3 different companies. And last of all, but not least, and I'm almost done, Lee, I promise, my roommate from Creekside Drive in 1973, his name actually is Billy Graham, We tried to convince the women around the swimming pool at the time that we were total party animals. They didn't buy it, but one did. She married him. The downside of that was he moved out and took all the furniture and all the dishes. I was left in empty space. But all kidding aside and all acknowledgement aside, I've always believed in duty, honor, and country. I believed it when I served in Vietnam. I believed it all along serving with this wonderful Walnut Creek Police Department and being able to serve such a phenomenal community as Walnut Creek. Thank you so very much.
I think you all got a glimpse on why when I showed up on a Friday night and had to do foot patrol as a young cop, when I was partnered with John, I always looked forward to that evening. We always had good times. Okay, can I have Officer Patrick Duggan step forward, please? The Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to Officer Patrick Duggan as a result of his effective, efficient, and valuable service in implementing, expanding, and continuing to develop the department's canine program. Pat was interested in bringing a canine to WCPD since he began working here in 1993. Over the past 20 years, Pat presented several different proposals for approval. In 2007, Pat's hard work and patience paid off when the city approved the purchase of Orphos. Orphos was such a success at making our police officers safer and more efficient that the organization expanded the program to include 2 more dogs. When Orphos retired in 2013, Pat designed a training program where he would train 2 new dogs and 1 new handler at a fraction of our current cost. As a result of the cost savings, the department was able to expand the unit to 3 dogs. Pat has continued to look for ways to improve our canine team's efficiency, which has included setting up a new training center we have here in Walnut Creek. This endeavor will result in better training and more police canines in town using the training center. None of this would have occurred without Pat's leadership in creating and driving the program forward and continuing to train, expand, and drive the program into the future. Pat's excellence, teamwork, and creativity are exactly what have made the Walnut Creek PD Canine program what it is today. As a result, the Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to Officer Patrick Duggan. I'd like to ask Captain Steve Skinner to step here for the next presentation.
Well, good afternoon. Unlike Officer Harrington, who just left the podium and has good eyesight, I do not anymore. So we're going to have to use some glasses here. So glad everybody could be here today. We've got quite a bit more on the program to go. I want to start out recognizing 3 of what we refer to as our master officers. Let me tell you just a little bit about the Master Officer Program. The Master Officer Program is designed to encourage officers of the Walnut Creek Police Department to make an extraordinary contribution to this community and to recognize and reward those officers that are making that contribution. The program is intended to develop a master officer by providing both developmental opportunities, additional responsibilities, and training. We have 3 different levels: senior officer level at 9 years, the Master Officer 1 level at 15 years, and the Master Officer 2 level, which is 20 years full-time law enforcement plus. So in addition to fulfilling the minimum number of years in law enforcement, a master officer must serve in a special assignment. This can be similar to bomb squad, SWAT team, attending different advanced schools, bomb squad school, accident reconstruction, etc. And all of these go to not only benefiting the officer and the department, but the community as well. So what I'd like to do at this time is have 3 officers come up for Master Officer 2, and those officers would be John Barrientos, Patrick Duggan, and Lee Harrington. To the stage, please. All right, next we're going to be recognizing several new reserve police officers. And for those of you that don't know, our reserve officers are volunteers. They go through a modified academy, have peace officer powers while they're on duty, working with regular officers, and just do an immense amount of volunteer work for both our police department and the community. And quite frankly, our organization could not function without our reserve program. So this is a big deal for us. Our reserve program is a very big deal. And these new reserve officers I'm about to introduce, it's a very big deal to them too. So with that said, I'm going to do this one at a time. When I call your name to come up, if you have family, friends present, anybody you'd like to bring up with you, that's fine. So let's have Dennis Davis come to the stage, please. So while he's making his way up to the stage, a little bit about Dennis. Dennis was born in Oakland and grew up in San Leandro. He attended Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland and earned his bachelor's in English from Cal State Hayward. He currently works in sales as an associated lighting representative over in Oakland. Dennis is active in educational fundraising for schools with the San Ramon Valley School District and serves on numerous boards and committees at his church. He enjoys spending time with his family, hunting, gardening, watching sports. Huge Niners and Giants fan. Sorry to the A's and the Raiders fans in the audience. Today in attendance, he's got his parents, Dennis Sr. and Valerie, wife Diana, children, Matthew, Alexis, and Sean, sister Tammy Davis, and nephew Joshua Davis. And he said he's extremely proud to be part of the WCPD family, and I believe his mother, Valerie, will be pinning the badge on him today. All right, next another new reserve joining our ranks. I'd like to have Amanda Gomez and any of her family friends that'd like to come up to the stage. Amanda was born in Los Gatos and grew up in San Jose. She attended Christian Community Academy and Liberty Baptist School in San Jose. She also attended Mission College, where she earned her associates in liberal arts, and West Valley College, and earned another associate's in administration of justice. She is currently working on her bachelor's of arts in psychology at San Jose State University. Amanda currently works at FedEx and Milpitas Police Department, where she currently works in the Property and Evidence Unit. A couple of noteworthy accomplishments for Amanda. She's contributed over 1,000 hours of volunteer work with the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office and the Milpitas Police Department. She currently possesses her Level 2 Post-Basic Academy certificate. She graduated with honors from West Valley College. She's also a member of the California Association for Property and Evidence, and she will be attending the Level 2 Post-Basic Academy course at Martinez Regional Training Center this month. Amanda spends her spare time hiking, volunteering, barbecuing, and traveling. And we've got in attendance today, I'm going to let you introduce them, since what you have up there is different than what I have here. So,
my father, John.
Okay.
Thomas, my sister, Kristen D'Ambrosio. Let's see. My aunt, Betty. My brother-in-law, John. My sister, Alicia. My aunt, Kathy. My uncle, Dennis. My very good friend and coworker, Debbie Souza. And let's see, we have Lori Brown. Woody and Anita, and Lori St. Jackson.
and I'd like to read you a quote that Amanda wrote for us, and I think it's very fitting. And Amanda says, "I'm honored to be able to work with such a great team and am committed to providing dedicated service. I'm thankful for the opportunity to serve and make a positive impact on the Walnut Creek community." That sums up what a reserve police officer is right there. So very well said. And I believe your father's going to pin the badge on you today. Perfect. Okay, next I'd like to call another new reserve officer to the stage, Douglas Henrich, with any of his family and friends that are here with him today. So Douglas was born in Fontana and grew up in Antioch, where he attended Deer Valley High School. He earned his bachelor's in criminal justice administration from Cal State University East Bay. Doug currently works as a Progressive Casualty insurance company as a claims adjuster. He enjoys spending time with family, golfing, and traveling. And in attendance today is his girlfriend Stephanie, father Douglas Sr., and mother Kimberly. And looks like he's asked the chief to pin his badge on him today. Okay, we have one more new reserve officer joining the ranks. I'd like to have Greg Matthews and his family and friends come to the stage. So a little background on Greg. Greg was born in Riverside, California, grew up in Walnut Creek, where he attended Ignacio Valley High School, and he earned his degree from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. He currently works in his own body shop, Graphic Auto Body. From 2007 to 2010, he also worked in the search and rescue team at the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office. He enjoys racing, hunting, spending time with family, and anything else he wanted to share. His quote was, "I can't wait to come back to the WCPD family after taking a year off." Today in attendance with him is his father, John, and John will be pinning the badge for him. Okay, next we're going to move into a little different classification in the police department. We're recognizing a new, what we refer to as a PRT, or Police Records Technician, today. And the recipient of this new job has actually been with us for quite a few years, and I'd like to ask Martina Sestaro to come on up to the stage with anybody she has with her. So Martina's been part of the Walnut Creek PD family, working as a police services officer for the last 8 years, with 2 of those years spent working in property and evidence. She was born and raised in San Francisco. She has 2 sisters and 3 brothers, the majority of which chose other law enforcement careers. I know all of them. In her free time, Martina enjoys the arts, particularly music, dance, film, and photography. She also has an appreciation for nature, travel, and other cultures. And she speaks Spanish and is currently studying both Italian and French. So congratulations to Martina on her new assignment. Okay, you just heard me mention Martina used to be a PSO, or Police Services Officer. So now we're going to recognize 2 brand new Police Services Officers. And for those of you that frequent the streets of Walnut Creek and do a lot of parking, you may have seen these people coming by your car from time to time. I have on several occasions, and they've left me a ticket as well. So, without further ado, I'd like to call Larry Sardi up to the stage, please. Okay, let me just reiterate, for anybody else that I call up to the stage for the rest of the program, if you have family, friends, anybody you want to bring up, come on up with them. That's fine. Don't be shy. Come on, Michelle. Okay, much better. A little bit about Larry. Larry was born in San Francisco and grew up in Clayton, where he attended Clayton Valley High School. Previous employment, he's worked as a towing manager at Mike's Auto Body. Larry's actually been serving as one of our reserve officers since November of 2003. He spends a ton of time assisting our Canine team. He's our cadet advisor and reserve training officer. He does a lot for the police department. He was named Reserve of the Year in 2013. He enjoys helping out the Canine team. Training, he has probably gotten bit more than any other person in the entire police department during Canine training. Enjoys trips to Disneyland and spending time with his family. And as you can see up there with him is his wife, Michelle, sons Christopher and Paul, and Michelle will be pinning the badge on Larry today. Okay, one more police service officer is joining our ranks. I'd like to call to the stage Luis Tamayo, please, and any family members, friends, etc. Okay, a little bit about Luis. Luis was born in San Jose and grew up in Richmond, where he attended Leadership Public Schools. He is currently attending Cal State East Bay. He has worked as a security guard in Marin County. Luis was a cadet for Walnut Creek PD for almost 2 years, while working part-time and going to school at the same time. His hobbies, he enjoys exercising, going out running with his dog, and family in attendance today, I believe, is his father, Luis, who's going to be pinning the badge. Okay, so this next person I'm going to call up into the stage, I was having a little fun with earlier, and I don't know if she's been sitting down there stressing or not. But I told Kylie Blatz about half an hour ago she was going to have to get up here and speak. And I think she believed me for a few minutes. Don't worry, you don't have to. So in a minute, I'm going to call Kylie up. This is for the position of police dispatcher. We refer to them as PAs, police assistants. Kylie's one of our newest dispatchers. And for those of you that don't know, completing dispatch training is rigorous. Very small percentage of people actually make it through and are as successful as Kylie has become. So she's really become one of our best dispatchers, and we're thrilled to have her. So Kylie, come on up to the stage. So a little bit about Kylie. She was born in Walnut Creek, grew up in Discovery Bay. She attended Liberty High School in Brentwood, earned her bachelor's in communication from Sacramento State. She was previously a sports event planner at the Sacramento Sports Commission. She loves to run, play soccer, and travel. I know you didn't bring anybody up on stage with you, but Kylie's brother Shane is one of our police officers, and he's in attendance here today as well. So Kylie, congratulations and welcome. Okay, so for those of you that have been in attendance at these before, have been around the Walnut Creek Police Department family for many years, this next statement I'm going to make to you will probably shock most of the people in this room. I've been here with Walnut Creek for 26 years. I've never seen this in my career, and for those of you in the audience that are retired or have been around, I would venture to say you haven't either. In the last 10 months, the Walnut Creek Police Department has hired 17 new police officers. That's unheard of for our agency. And we're not done yet. We're still rolling, but this is really spectacular to be able to bring on 17 new officers in that short a period of time to our agency. That said, 14 of those officers are here today, and it's a big deal to become part of this police department. It was a big deal for me 26 years ago. I'm still extremely proud to be part of this organization, and I know they will be too throughout their careers. So we'd like to call them up one at a time, obviously with your family, friends, anybody you'd like. And I'd like to start with our newest police officer, Officer Brent Akers. Come up to the stand, please. Okay, while Brent's making his way up to the stand, just a little bit about him. He was born at Mather Air Force Base in Sacramento, grew up in Roseville. He attended Vanden High School in Fairfield, obtained his Bachelor of Science in International Business from Cal State University, Sacramento. He previously worked in retail, was an outdoor recreation manager, lifeguard, Department of Defense Security Forces guard, and last worked as a deputy sheriff over at Solano County Sheriff's Office. His hobbies are traveling, snowboarding, working out, and shooting. He is extremely excited to be here, and in attendance today, I believe, is his father. Older brother. Older brother? Colonel Dr. Alan Akers, United States Air Force retired, who is going to be pinning the badge on him today. Okay, I'd next like to call to a stage. I've actually mentioned his name once already today, and he was with us for a while, left briefly, and now he's back, and we're extremely happy to have him back. Officer Shane Blatz to the stage, please. So a little bit about Shane. Shane was born in Walnut Creek and grew up in Discovery Bay, attended Liberty High School. Sounds a lot like his sister's bio. Los Medanos Junior College and San Diego State University. He last worked at San Diego PD and most recently San Francisco PD. Shane is quite an athlete, quite a runner, and some notable accomplishments: junior college basketball, and Ironman and Boston Marathon finisher. That's a big deal. Obviously, his hobbies are running, weightlifting, playing and coaching basketball, spending time with his wife, friends, and family, very involved in his church community as well. And Shane wanted everybody to know that he was very pleased and honored to serve and to be part of the wonderful police department and city here in Walnut Creek. And on the stage with him today is his wife, Dana. Kylie sitting down in front. Are you going to come up? Come on. Come on up. And are your mother and father here today? All right. Rhonda and Michael, you're welcome to come up on the stage too if you want. Good photo op. And he's asked the chief to pin his badge on for him today. All right, next I'd like to call to the stage another one of our newest police officers, Maricela Bracamonte and her family, please. So as Maricela is making her way to the stage, she was born in Hayward and grew up in Tracy. She attended Tracy High School and earned her bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Cal State Stanislaus. Maricela worked in retail and loss prevention, and more recently, she worked at the Stockton Police Department as a police officer for the past 7 years. We're very happy to have her here. Some noteworthy achievements for Maricela. She's the proud mother of her son, Ronaldo, and her daughter, Layla. Her hobbies include spending time with her family, and they are all in here attendance with her today. Ronaldo Bracamonte, her husband, son Ronaldo, daughter Layla, and are your parents here with you today? In the audience are Rosa and Jesus Gonzalez. And pinning the badge on her today will be, looks like the whole family. All right. All right, next I'd like to call Officer Patrick Deal to the stage with his family and friends, please. So Patrick was born in San Diego and grew up in Eugene, Oregon. He attended Sheldon High School and Portland Community College. He last worked as a campus security officer for the Pointer Middle School and also served as a reserve police officer in Forest Grove, Oregon. His biggest accomplishments are his 2 beautiful little girls. He is extremely happy to be with the Walnut Creek Police Department, and in attendance today is his wife Jessica, daughters Avery and Riley. And if the parents are here in the audience?
Yes. Mom, Dad, and stepmom.
So we've got Debbie and Mark Dill and father-in-law Dennis, and pinning the badge today will be his wife Jessica. Okay, next I'd like to have Officer Richard Farrow come up to the stage, please, with any family or friends in attendance. So Richard was born in San Francisco, grew up in Hayward, Oakland, and Arnold, California. He attended Bret Harte High School and Angels Camp. He's currently working on his Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice at the University of Phoenix. His previous jobs included working for the U.S. Navy, where he worked the Anti-Terrorism Training Team Supervisor. He was also a site supervisor for Harrison Security Services and a correctional officer for the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Some accomplishments: he received a Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal. He enjoys fishing, backpacking, spending times with the kids, and Harley rides with his wife. And pinning the badge today will be Chief Chaplain.
And my wife took offense for not being here. I just wanted to save her the agony of riding 6 hours in a car with a 2- and 4-year-old. Not good enough. We'll have them back here next year. We'll try again.
All right, we're still rolling with new police officers. Next, I'd like to call Officer Mary Ann Grubb to the stage, and any family or friends. Okay, Mary Ann was born in Walnut Creek and grew up in Walnut Creek. She attended Cadet High School in Concord and earned her bachelor's degree in accounting from Santa Clara University. Mary Ann was a math teacher in a junior high and high school. She was also a high school cross-country coach. She most recently worked at the Moraga Police Department as an officer. She previously worked in patrol, and she is a PT instructor at the Napa Valley College Criminal Justice Training Center. She enjoys spending time with her family and friends. She also enjoys wakeboarding, skiing, working out, spending time with her animals. Today in attendance are Mary Ann's parents, sisters, friends, and Napa Valley College coworkers who are in attendance. And pinning the badge on Mary Ann today will be one of our police department retired lieutenants, Lieutenant Damian Sandoval. Okay, next I'd like to have one of our newest police officers, Officer Melinda Hall, come up to the stage, please. So while Melinda's making her way up here with her family, Melinda was born in Yuba City and grew up in Yuba City. She attended Yuba City High School. Melinda also attended Yuba College and Sacramento State University, where she earned her bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Melinda's previous employment includes working at Country Butcher, the California Department of Justice Advanced Training Center, and most recently the Department of Justice Task Force of the Placer Special Investigations Unit. Melinda has previously been a field training officer. She's extremely proud to have been hired by the Walnut Creek Police Department. She enjoys spending time with her family, her friends, and her dog, Katie. And in attendance today are her parents, Dale and Burrito Hall, and boyfriend, Ken, and friend, Ashley. Come on, Ashley. All right. Talk about a lot of peer pressure, huh? And pinning the badge today will be Melinda's father, Dale. So this next police officer is kind of new, but not really. Officer Lee Harrington was a member of this police department family for many, many years, left briefly, and now we have him back, and he's already on the stage. Let me tell you a little bit about Lee. Lee was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, grew up in San Ramon, where he attended California High School, earned his degree in political science from California State University, Hayward.
Go Pioneer.
I was getting to that. Lee was previously employed as a CSO, Community Service Officer, and Reserve Police Officer with San Ramon PD. He was with us for a while, Walnut Creek PD, and recently just left Citrus Heights Police Department as a sergeant to come rejoin our ranks. In Citrus Heights PD, he worked with a great team that investigated numerous serious crimes, including 12 homicides, only one of which remains unsolved. It's a good testament to Lee. He enjoys mountain biking and cooking with a family. And the quote from Lee here is, Beth and I are advocates. Beth is Lee's wife, who could not be here today. Beth and I are advocates for orphans with special needs. We mentor prospective adoptive parents and assist in raising money to unite orphans with forever families. It's a pretty good deal. Today in attendance with him is his brother Jeff Harrington, who is a police officer with Bart, and nephew Cody, and pinning the badge today will be Jeff. It's coming. It's coming.
Hold on, I got this.
My wife said she's been to plenty of my swearings in now, so she'll come to my retirement, she said. This is my old FTO. He passed me.
All right, next to the stage, I'd like to call Police Officer Robert Martin and his family. Robert was born in San Jose and grew up in Morgan Hill. He attended Live Oak High School and earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Sacramento State University. He has worked as an auto detailer, hotel concierge, and as a Napa County juvenile probation officer. Robert's largest accomplishment, his words, was marrying the woman of my dreams, who I assume is walking right in front of him on the way up. His hobbies, he enjoys surfing, snowboarding, and camping. And his wife Amber is with him today. And parents, are the parents here in the audience? Mike and Jan Martin. And pinning the badge today on Robert will be his wife Amber. Okay, we are still rolling with new police officers. I'd like to call Officer Keith Shepard to the stage, please. So a little bit about Keith. Keith graduated from UC Berkeley with a bachelor's in legal studies. Keith is 6 units away from his master's degree in human resource management with Golden Gate University. His prior employment, he has worked as a black belt instructor in martial arts with West Wing Karate Kung Fu for the last 21 years and still teaches there on a part-time basis. We're really happy to have him here with us. Hobbies include music, guitar, piano, and vocals, boxing, and obviously martial arts. Today in attendance with Keith is his wife Alejandra, and are the daughters, more family in the audience? Okay, all right, so pinning the badge today on Keith will be Chief Chaplain. I'd like to call Police Officer Chris Solario to the stage, please. All right, as Chris makes his way down here, a little bit about him. He was born in Hayward, grew up in Fremont. He attended John F. Kennedy High School in Fremont and earned his degree in Homeland Security from the American Military University. He has worked in the Marine Corps Security Forces and at the Houston, Texas Police Department. Chris was a martial arts instructor with the Marine Corps and was awarded the Hostile Engagement Award from Houston PD, was a finalist for the Police Week Award. He was also the 2009 recipient of Rookie of the Year and 2010 Police Officer of the Year at Houston PD. Chris worked 3 years on patrol for Houston PD and 2 years on the gang task force. He was a member of the Texas Gang Investigators Association. Brings a lot of experience. Chris enjoys spending time with his family in his spare time, and today in attendance is his wife Azalea and daughters Alia and Juliana. And pinning the badge on him today will be his wife. All right, next I'd like to call Officer Daniel Transu to the stage with his family. Daniel was born in Berkeley and grew up in Walnut Creek. He attended Los Lomas High School in Walnut Creek and earned his bachelor's in business administration from St. Mary's College. Daniel has worked in various sales positions. He was most recently a deputy sheriff with the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office. While there, Daniel was a member of their CERT team, Special Response Team, and a field training officer with the Sheriff's Department. He enjoys spending time with his family, spending time outdoors and exercising. In attendance with him today is his wife, Heather, and parents here in the audience. So we have parents, Harry and Phyllis, and is the son here as well? Okay. And pinning the badge today for him will be his wife, Heather. Right, next I'd like to call Officer Jason Tricker to the stage, please. Jason was born in San Diego and grew up in San Diego. He attended Granite Hills High School and earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice from San Diego State University. Jason has worked at several different restaurants in San Diego, and most recently he worked for the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Department. Let's see, in attendance today, all his friends and family from the Walnut Creek PD, and he's asked Chief Chaplain to pin the badge on him today. All right, believe it or not, we made it to officer number 14. I'd like to call to the stage Officer Eric Young, please, and his family. So Eric was born in Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, and according to him, he quote-unquote grew up all over: Ohio, Colorado, Idaho, Alaska, and California. His dad was in the Air Force. He attended Will C. Wood High School in Vacaville, earned his Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from California State University, Sacramento. He's most recently worked as a community service officer at Cal State University, Sacramento. He enjoys watching and playing baseball and football. And in attendance today is his girlfriend, Brianna, and pinning the badge on him will be his girlfriend, Brianna. All right, so we're going to change gears a little. We have the privilege of being able to promote 3 brand new police sergeants to our ranks today. And I'd like to first call up newly promoted Sergeant Andy Brown and his family to the stage. So Andy attended high school. Well, it doesn't say. It just says home of the Spartans. So wherever the Spartans are, that's where Andy attended high school. He attended college at Boston University, earned his Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an emphasis in finance. In attendance today are his wife, Kathy, father, Malcolm, father-in-law, George. At least that's what I have here. Andy, if there's more people, you can introduce them. He last worked at the UC Berkeley Police Department for 3 years before coming to the Walnut Creek Police Department. He graduated #1 overall in the 120th Alameda County Sheriff's Office Basic Police Academy. He has a wide variety of special assignments. He worked Southside Bicycle Patrol at University of Berkeley PD, and with the Walnut Creek Police Department, he's been a field training officer, a detective, and currently is a member of the SWAT team. He has 2 boys, Brady, 8, and Colby, 4. I don't know if they're here today or not. Okay. He enjoys coaching his son's sports teams, running, and especially date night with his wife. And his wife, Kathy, will be pinning the badge on him today. All right, next I'd like to call another newly appointed sergeant to the stage, Sergeant Bruce Jower, and his family. So Bruce was born in Washington, D.C. and grew up in Foster City over in San Mateo County. He attended Serra High School in San Mateo, San Francisco State University, where he got his Bachelor of Science in Small Business Management. In attendance today are Mom and Dad here in the audience. Bruce Sue, brother Scott, his wife and sons. Sorry, Bruce, that's all I have, so you can introduce them. And his mother-in-law. Previous jobs included working at the Marriott Hotel, San Mateo County Narcotics Task Force when he was with the Brisbane Police Department. One of his greatest accomplishments is raising his 3 boys. And since Bruce has been with our agency, he's held a wide variety of assignments and brings a wealth of experience to the rank of sergeant. Bruce was a narcotics detective originally when he worked for the San Mateo County Narcotics Task Force. He was also patrol sergeant for Brisbane PD. When he arrived at us, he worked narcotics. He's been a defensive tactics instructor for many years, a field training officer for many years, and a member of the SWAT team for many years. So Bruce brings a wealth of knowledge to this new position. Hobbies include fishing, working out, snowboarding, and paintball with his boys. And pinning the badge on him today will be his wife.
This is my oldest son, Jordan. This is Evan. This is my middle son, Andrew. And this is my wife, Nana.
All right, one more new sergeant being appointed to the Walnut Creek Police Department. I'd like Sergeant David Rangel and his family to come up to the stage, please. So while David makes his way up to the stage, David was born in Oakland, grew up in Oxnard, California, attended Oxnard High School. He attended UC Berkeley, where he earned his bachelor's in political science. In attendance today with him is his wife Patty, daughter Jackie, mother Martha, brother Arthur, sister-in-law Robin, and sister Carolyn. And David, if I missed anybody, you can introduce them beyond that. And Larry Sardi. David's some of his noteworthy accomplishments and achievements: marrying his wife Patty and having Jackie as his daughter, competing in the Athens, Greece Marathon and receiving Officer of the Year award twice by the Reserve Unit. David also brings a wealth of knowledge to the rank of sergeant. He's been a member of the Crisis Negotiation Team, our community policing team. He's been a press information officer, crime scene investigations expert, field training officer, character counts instructors, awareness instructor, and ROP instructor. David is very grateful for the wonderful family he has both at home and work. And when asked to list what he does in his spare time, his quote was, "Keeping up with Jackie's energy." So, pinning the badge today on David will be his brother, Arthur.
stage. Seth, did you want to come up too?
Okay, so we're at a point now where we're making one more promotion, and in my opinion, it's a big one. The person getting promoted today, I've had the pleasure and honor of working with for, you can correct me on this later, I'm going to say 17, 18 years, somewhere in that vicinity. He's had a huge positive influence on the Walnut Creek Police Department, and now after this promotion today, I get to refer to him as my partner in crime because he's getting promoted to the rank of captain, which also makes me the senior captain, which is very helpful. Because half the paperwork that was on my desk about 2 months ago is now on his desk. So with that said, we're thrilled to be promoting Captain Mark Perliti today, and I'd like Mark and his family to come up to the stage. Hey, Johnny. Get the handshake first. Okay, a little bit about Mark. Mark was born in San Francisco and grew up in San Francisco. He attended St. Ignatius College Prep High School, earned his degree from University of California, Davis, a bachelor's. In attendance today are his wife Teresa, son Johnny, mom Helen, dad Tom, cousin Dan, who's a retired sergeant with the Oakland Police Department, and brother Paul. Prior to working for the Walnut Creek Police Department, Mark worked for the Oakland Police Department and was there from 1985 to 1996. And I know Mark served in a wide variety of assignments, including narcotics and a lot of specialized teams in Oakland. So when he arrived at Walnut Creek, he already had brought a wealth of knowledge and experience. Noteworthy achievements, Mark and I talk about this together on a daily basis. He hit 29 years full-time law enforcement, which is saying something. Mark's got a long list of accomplishments here with Walnut Creek. He's been a field training officer, a narcotics investigator, defensive tactics instructor, defensive tactics team leader and manager, SWAT team member, SWAT team leader and supervisor. Mark was very, very honored and grateful to have been named to this position. Spare time, he likes to go to the gym, play soccer on a co-ed team with his wife Teresa. And you all know Mark, he's very heavily into lacrosse and coaching his son Johnny and the rest of the lacrosse team over at De La Salle. And pinning the badge on Mark today will be his wife Teresa.
Can I recognize a couple people?
Absolutely.
I just want to recognize a couple other people that are not up here. My cousin Dan, right there, he's got the camera. Over 25 years with OPD, recently retired. And then my Spartan brothers in the back up there, I got Brooke Rideau, Brett Rideau, and Vegas Allen sitting up there. They're on Johnny's team, and their moms, Julia and Allison. So they surprised me by coming today. Thank you. two very, very important people, our older boys, Luke and Derek. Luke is down south working. Derek is with his wife and children back in Buffalo, New York, so they're not able to be here. Huh? Baby number 3 is coming in June.
Okay, we have one more presentation to make, and it's a very special, very important presentation that involves a lot of pride to this organization and the employees that are about to receive it. And for that, I'd like to call Chief Chaplain back up to the podium, please.
All right, it's really my honor and privilege to announce and call up these next honorees. But first I want to explain the award that we're giving and read its definition to you. We're about to present the Distinguished Service Medal to 4 of our honored guests today. And the Distinguished Service Medal may be awarded to an employee, a reserve or volunteer who distinguishes himself or herself by conspicuous bravery or courageous conduct in the performance of his or her duties under unusual, complicated, or hazardous conditions where the employee, reserve, or volunteer accomplished a specific police mission. So what I would like to do is call up to the stage Sergeant Mike Segru, Detective Holly Connors, Officer Amber Taff, and Officer Guy Ezard. On December 27, 2012, at 3:13 in the morning, Officers Connors, Ezard, Taff, and Sergeant Segru responded to a call of a male inside an apartment who was armed with a knife. Upon arrival, the 4 officers observed the front window leading into the apartment completely shattered out and 2 victims in an upstairs bedroom screaming for help that their roommate was armed and trying to break in their bedroom door. Officers made entry into the residence and encountered the subject, who was at the top of the stairs. The subject was armed with a knife, trying to force his way into the upstairs bedroom where the victims had barricaded themselves. The officers were able to distract the subject from his goal of getting into the bedroom and pleaded with him to drop the knife. The subject then rushed the officers, and they were forced to use lethal force against him to protect their lives. If not for the quick response and actions of the 4 officers, 2 citizens may have been seriously injured or killed. The brave and courageous actions of these 4 officers under difficult and extremely dangerous conditions that morning reflect the highest standards of law enforcement, and they are to be commended for their professionalism and ability to perform under the most difficult of circumstances. As a result, the Distinguished Service Medal today is being awarded to Sergeant Mike Segru, Officer Guy Ezard, Officer Amber Taff, and Detective Holly Connors. Another round of applause for our heroes. Before we allow Lee Harrington to close this ceremony, we're going to have all of our brand new officers please make your way to the stage so that we can administer the oath of office and swear you in. Come on down. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, first off, I give you the future of the Walnut Creek Police Department. How about that? For any officer, does this turn off? For any officer in the audience of any rank, if you want to also get sworn in again and renew your oath, you're always welcome to do that. For all of you, if you will raise your right hand and repeat after me, but you're going to put your name after I. Remember, we talked about this at City Council chambers. I I'm sorry, it didn't go like this in rehearsal. I'm going to say I and then proudly state your name. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Congratulations to you and to your families. Liz, can you squeeze these guys in a picture? Anybody want to take a picture? This is pretty impressive, if you ask me.